morning, everyone. Here we are at the second virtual job fair. The first one was so popular, we've decided to do this the first week of every month. So go to shelbychamber.net and follow us. You'll always hear about the latest virtual job fair. But you know, the best part is if you hear something today and you miss it, this will be posted on social media and on our website, so you can go back and look at it at any time. First of all, I want to do a little housekeeping here. I want to let you know that this series is sponsored by Ryobi. Anytime you want to check them out, go to their website. I'm sure they're looking for some workers. And Work One Central Indiana. We're always happy to partner with them. And you'll hear more from them at the end of this session. So we're all here to hear about jobs. So let's just get right to it. The first one that we will hear from is Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. And this would just be, I think, an exciting place to work. And if you like to get out, talk to people, meet other people, oh my, this would be the place to work. I would imagine we'll hear from them that they probably have part-time, full-time, and people forget that it's only 20 minutes from downtown Indianapolis. But what I like about this whole thing is that they're Caesars. And when I think of gaming or Vegas, the first thing that always comes to my mind is Caesars. I think that it is the crown jewel of Las Vegas. But if you want to hear more about the live table games, the slots, poker, how you can get involved in all of this, they also have culinary, custodial, you name it. It's a big company. They've got it. One you can move up into, I'm sure. So now I'm going to turn it over to Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. Can't hear me.
Can you hear us now? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Donna, and thank you, everyone. My name is Annette Torres. I'm the recruiting specialist here at Indiana Grand. To my left is Jennifer.
Hi, I am Jennifer Yudon-Terrell, the HR Development Manager here at Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. So thank you for having us today. In case you haven't driven past the casino lately, we are expanding. We are doing a $32.5 million gaming expansion. What that means is we're adding live table games and also a poker room that is going to be featured on the World Series of Poker. Now, one thing what that means is we have many opportunities because we're open 365 days a year, 24/7. So we have full-time, part-time, and also seasonal race positions open. We have benefits for our full-time employees of medical, dental, vision, and 401k. And for our part-time and seasonal employees, after 90 days, you have the opportunity to roll in our 401k. We have an on-site dining room. We also have an on-site clinic, and we provide uniforms for almost 75% of our employees. There's many growth opportunities. So today I'm going to pass it over to Annette, and she's going to talk about some of our hot jobs.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. So we currently have around 70 open positions. Those ranging from all skill levels to from entry level all the way to we have director positions open currently. The first opportunity that we have for you is our cook opportunity. And what I like about this is that it is an 18 or older position. So I know many people think that, you know, working for a casino, you have to be 21 and older. We're fortunate enough to offer some jobs to 18 and older. We even have on our track side, we have a program where we offer work permits for people 15 and older. So if you have a younger sibling or a cousin or something, or you know somebody that's under 18 that's ready to get out there and start working, we do have that opportunity. With respect to the cooking position, there's many opportunities for growth. So this is a prime example of that because you can come in as an entry-level cook if you're into the culinary. And we have a cook 2 position and we have a cook 3 position. So those jobs are a little bit more extensive. It's sort of a promotion, so to speak. So those are, you know, places that you can go within the culinary. The second opportunity that we have highlighted for you today is our count room attendant. Our count room attendant starts at 3 a.m. It is a 40-hour guaranteed work week. I know that some people have concerns about, you know, some of their hours being cut short or what have you, but it is a 40-hour guaranteed work week. And basically what you do with this job is where you collect all the money from the slot machines, all the money from the table games, and they get counted daily. You and a team will take those down to a secured room, and then you count it. And this position does have a few physical demands, because you have to push the card and all of that, and because money can be heavy sometimes. So there are a few physical demands that you'll have to meet. But other than that, I think this is a really great opportunity for those wanting to get into something like that. We have, this position is 21 and older, just to highlight that also as well. And the third position that we have for you today, which to me is the most exciting because I began my career in table games, so I'm a little biased, but is our table games dealer school opportunities. And this is really exciting because, as Jennifer mentioned earlier, we have the expansion coming. And with the expansion, we're going to be adding 20 more tables, and we're going to be adding an entire poker room. And so this is going to open up so many opportunities for us to bring in some people. And the most exciting thing about this is that we're going to pay you to train and come and work for our facility. We're going to pay you $22.50 an hour to train on how to become a dealer. And with that, all of our trainers were previous dealers. We've all been in there. They're all been in the table games department. So there are some things too that I think that you'll gain from our schools. Some of the customer service aspects that can make people a little nervous sometimes. Some other things that, that you gain with experience. And so that's super exciting. With the dealer schools, if you know someone that is an experienced dealer or who has had that type of training before, we do offer sign-on bonuses, as well as with the cook position, we offer a $1,000 sign-on bonus. And so with the dealer school, like I said, if you have an experienced friend or something that wants to come, we do offer that. So that's extremely exciting, part of just the jobs that we have available.
Well, thanks, Annette. So like Annette said, we have many opportunities available. If you're interested in applying, you can go to www.indianagrand.com and click on careers, or we've made it super simple for you today. We've created a QR code. And if you're not familiar with that, open your phone, put on your camera, put it on the QR code, and it will take you to our application site. Like we said, many of our positions now have sign-on bonuses, and those are available, and you'll see that on our application site. But also another thing that you'll see is that we have many growth opportunities. We have a lot of people that start here in entry-level positions and then get the opportunity to move to a higher level position. And there's also many growth opportunities through Caesars Entertainment worldwide. So we look forward to you applying and coming to join our team. Thank you, Shelby County, for having us today. And we wish all of you job seekers happy job seeking.
That is a great place to work. Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. Can't say enough good things about it. I think you've got us all pumped up. We're ready to go gaming and get a job now. I like the fact that you talked about how you started off in gaming and you've moved up. And I think that's a great example. Everybody wants to know that there's opportunity to move up. And at Indiana Grand Racing and Casino, there is an opportunity. I also like the fact that you will work with employees that are under 18. You don't know how many people come to us and ask, is there anybody who will hire me? I'm under 18. So that's great to know. We're going to start recommending them to come your way. I think the dealer school sounds fascinating, and I love those sign-on bonuses. What's great is if you are watching and in Marion County, remember, Indiana Grand Racing and Casino is only 20 minutes from downtown Indy. It's a very easy commute. Of course, we want you to live in Shelby County, shop Shelby County, and have fun here. But if you live in Indy, we'll still let you come in and work. So check out Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. Next up, we have Freudenberg NOK in Morristown. Now, if you haven't been to Morristown, you have missed it, because this is true Indiana. I just love Morristown. In fact, I was just there this weekend. It's just got that real hometown feeling. And if you have ever lived in a bigger city, you will find Morristown very refreshing. And what's really interesting is there's this little town here in Indiana, and they are well known around the world for their sealing applications. You know, what's great about Freudenberg is you may not see those sealings, but they keep us safe every day. you would be part of making these sealants that, let me just read you some of these sealants and where they go into. Some of our agriculture, some of the equipment. We have trains, sea, boats, space equipment, airplanes, cars, medical, food, beverage, you name it. Freudenberg's makes sealants for all of those things. We don't see it, it's invisible, but we know it's there, it's very important. Freudenberg in Morristown is a very easy drive, again, from Indianapolis and even Greenfield. That's great. If you're from Greenfield, you need to check this out. Freudenberg makes the world safer, and this is also a good place where you could move up. So now I would like to turn it over to Freudenberg.
Good morning. Thank you, Donna. My name is Heather Mcmullen. I am the HR manager for Freudenberg NOK here in Morristown, Indiana. Thank you for that good introduction to Morristown. I often joke with folks that have never heard of Morristown that we're the best little community that maybe you just didn't even know about. So we are located right off State Road 52. That's actually where our plant sits off from. And we are a short drive from both Shelbyville and Greenfield. We're kind of situated very nicely. I actually personally drive from Indianapolis about 35 minutes, and it's a really good commute. So we're out in the little area next to a cornfield, but very close to the local anchors like Bluebird restaurant and the Copper Kettle restaurant, which a lot of folks know, and I believe is probably what put Morristown on the map too. So to share a little bit about Freudenberg, just to expand on what Donna mentioned, we are a global technology company that focuses in our division specifically on sealing technology. And by that, we're referencing typically automotive seals. And most of our folks that are familiar with the Freudenberg name assume that we primarily focus on the automotive industry. Here at Freudenberg, in addition to the automotive field, we also have customers in both the food and beverage and in the medical industries, which kept us very busy during this last year, trying to support those folks that were making products that were very helpful during the pandemic, specifically in the medical industry. So we are global. We have over 60 different countries that are represented under our Freudenberg name, and about 40,000 different associates. Here in Morristown, we have about 385 folks that come to work every day under the Freudenberg umbrella and help us to make these little parts. I should have put pictures, but I grabbed little examples here. These are just a few of some of the parts that we make here. So when it comes to our weight limit, we typically only require about 35 pounds, and that's because these lightweight rubber injected molding parts can get a little bit heavy when they're all together, but individually can be very tiny parts too. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the positions we have available, and along the way, I'll discuss some of our benefits too, and hopefully share some great things about the company that I love belonging to. So the largest area of need that we have right now are hourly positions as press operators, and we're hiring both for second and third shift. So the press operator role, just to kind of walk you through a little bit of what the day in the life of a press operator would look like. They are responsible for the operation of a large rubber injection molding press. So you're performing equipment changeovers, and you're making sure that the molds that come out that I just showed you are conforming to the proper conditions. You'd be running a standard number of cycles following the standard procedures that are provided for you. And that means you'll also be, in addition to molding, you'll be trimming and sorting and grinding some of those parts just to make sure they come out nice and perfectly. You inspect all your own parts to begin with. So we feel like safety is always going to be our #1 priority, but quality is very closely followed by that. And it's what sets us out in the industry as well too. You're also going to be responsible to troubleshoot any type of defects or abnormalities. I got a little tongue-tied today. So you get to be the person that initially takes a look and tries to figure out what issues are happening, but we have support teams like team leaders and cell support that will come over, and even our maintenance group that will assist you if things are larger, but you get to be that first line of defense for some of those issues. And then of course, you're also performing functions in accordance with our safety, quality, and environmental policies. So like I mentioned, safety is always going to be our first priority. We want to make sure that everybody goes home with all their fingers, toes, everything that they came in the door with. And that's a little exaggeration, but we want to make sure that the job is being done correctly so that all of our folks stay healthy and happy as they head home to their families. And then quality will follow that pretty closely. We're also very cognizant of being good neighbors to our community. Like we mentioned, Morristown is a great little community, and we want to make sure that we're good neighbors too. So following all of our environmental policies is very key to being successful in that role. So some of the benefits that are going to transition across all three positions that I'm going to talk about, both the hourly, which by the way, our press operators start out at $18 an hour. Once you hit 6 months, when you reach your anniversary, your wage goes up to $18.95. So you're almost at $19 an hour within 6 months of starting your job. Those include a night shift differential too. So I mentioned before that you will only need to worry about ever lifting 35 pounds. It's not a repetitious weight lift, but then you also need to be comfortable standing for about 8 to 12 hours, depending on if you choose to work overtime or if it's assigned. And there's absolutely no experience that's needed. We do paid on-the-job training that lasts anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks with supplemental refreshers as you go along, or anytime you would change different presses as you learn a new part too. So all three positions that I'm going to discuss today include medical, dental, vision. We also have a 401k company match at 50%. And really thankful that because we are a family-owned company, even though we are global, there's a huge focus on making sure that we have value for our people, not only our customers, but our associates here. So profit sharing is one of those things that I love to tell people about, that as the company experiences good times and profits and we hit our sales goals, that is shared back with us as employees. Strong focus on growing people. So tuition assistance reimbursement is there as an option for you. There are leadership and growth opportunities. Most of our individuals that are in our operations group have grown into those positions from press operators. I myself started out as the HR administrator a little over 4 years ago, and now I'm the HR manager. So big focus on making sure that we grow people into the positions that they have a desire to be in. One of the big things that most people look over, but I think is very important, is the fact that we are a climate controlled environment. So in about a week, I will be very grateful for that out on the floor, that we won't be dripping sweat with the extreme heats that Indiana experiences. So I'm very appreciative. Company paid short-term disability and life insurance, along with our employee assistance programs and wellness programs to treat people as a whole. We're very focused on making sure that we have a good work-life balance. And as we fill the press operator roles, we're hoping to reduce a lot of the overtime that has been required with some of the new growth we're experiencing here too. So we have two positions that I wanted to talk really briefly about in our salary field. We are currently looking for a product marketing manager. This is a new position that's been added to our team, again, based on growth that we're experiencing. We have some new customers that are taking us into new areas, which we're very excited about. While we work with the automotive industry on our sealing technologies, we're also embracing e-mobility. So there's a customer right now that we're working with in that field. So it's very exciting. The product marketing manager, you're responsible for strategic planning, market segmentation analysis, product planning, establishing pricing and margins. In a nutshell, this individual needs to have a good personality to be able to work with people, listen and hear what the customer is needing, and figure out how to be that good liaison between them and us. So this does require a bachelor's degree in marketing or business administration. Engineering is always a plus, or some sort of related field. And then one of the skills that you would need to possess to be successful in this role would be advanced intellectual, analytical, problem solving skills are very helpful. And ideally, we'd like to have somebody with 5 to 7 years in a progressively responsible strategy and marketing customer focused type of role, so that you would be able to slide right in and support the team. So a plus is always going to be a good reputation for developing innovative strategies, finding a problem, helping us figure out how to fix that, and supporting the rest of the company in that regard too. And then we have one more position that's also a salary position. It's our product test lab engineer. And this group, the product development group, they are very, very instrumental in having a customer come to us with a problem and helping them develop a solution. So while the development group helps to design that solution, the product test lab engineer is helping to put it into practice and trying to figure out, is this going to work, and help us determine if the designs are appropriate for what our customers' needs are, which is a huge expectation for us to meet those customer needs. So they're going to be responsible to manage, run, and maintain that engineering test lab and support its equipment, and also run those validation tests, the setup, the teardown, things like that. This particular role, the minimum that we're looking for is an Associates of Science degree in an engineering discipline is definitely going to be necessary to be successful in this role. And then we'd love to see 3 years or more in product validation testing experience, specifically in automotive industry. That's the bulk of our work. While we do have some in the food and beverage and medical, a lot of what you're going to be doing is under that automotive umbrella. Working knowledge of CAD is definitely a requirement to be successful again. And of course, with any type of role, but specifically with this, somebody that's very organized, disciplined, and that can handle multiple priorities at one time, because we have a very diversified portfolio and work with a lot of different clientele. So one day you may be working on a slushy machine, which we actually have. One of these days, I'm actually going to get to try it out. And then another day you could be working on a part for Tesla. So a lot of different scope there. You can go ahead and on to the next screen. So while I'm here representing us today, we actually have an individual, Tracy McCorkle, who fulfills the recruiting specialist role for us, and she sits here on site. Her number is listed on the screen there, and also her email. That is a great way to reach out to us. You can also apply online through our global website, which lists 2 of the salary positions. And then if you're interested in our press operator positions, we usually have postings up on Indeed. And in fact, we do right now. You can always stop by. We are at 487 West Main Street here in Morristown. We're kind of hard to miss right as you come in from State Road 9 and 52. But one thing I forgot to put on the slide, which is very silly of me, but we've been hosting open interviews every week. Just so that if you happen to be driving by and think, hey, I'm kind of curious about what they do there, you can swing in and find out why people like to work here. So we host them on Wednesday afternoons. So this afternoon from 3 to 5 p.m., you can stop by, fill out an application, and then sit with one of our HR representatives and our operations managers. And then on Thursday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m., same situation, just drop in, fill out an application, and then go through the interview process. We will be doing that through the end of June, and then we'll reevaluate where our positions sit. Right now we have about 18. But thank you for the time to share about our company, and hopefully we'll see some familiar faces in the coming weeks.
That's great. Thank you so much. You know, it just amazes me that you've got 40,000 employees that work at Freudenberg International, and 385 are right here in Morristown. You know, with that low of number 2, I think that you could get to know a lot of your team and a lot of people there. And when I was reviewing some of the comments about the company, I noticed that several of them said, I love this place. I like to work here. So I think you would like to work at Freudenberg too. And what's interesting is, you know, we talk about Morristown being a small town. It's got its own school. And if you are tired, maybe living in a larger city, this is a great place to bring your family and to raise a family. I think Morristown would just be an ideal town. I also like the fact that they give back. If they're making a profit, they give back to the employees. Doesn't go in somebody else's pocket or some other war chest of money somewhere. They share it. And I think that tells you a lot about the company. So they're in 60 different countries, but we're lucky enough to have them right here in Shelby County. So check out Freudenberg. Wonderful place. You can move up again. Now, let's go on to the next one. But before I do that, I just continue to tell you, continue to watch our website because we've got these virtual job fairs going on. You can always go back and watch it. If you missed something today and you didn't quite hear it, watch it again. It's going to be on shelbychamber.net and it will be on our social media. If you don't follow us on social media, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. So follow us. The next one, oh my gosh, the next place that you could go get a job needs no introduction because it is known everywhere. That's right, McDonald's. You know, my husband works for the aviation company, so we do have a chance to fly around. And when I was always flying with my daughter, I always thought, what am I going to feed her in these countries? What am I going to do? And oh my gosh, we were always so excited to see a McDonald's at different places because we knew, okay, we've got something she will eat, you know, if she didn't want the local food. So, and you know, it's interesting. I was just talking to my doctor and she said, you know, I worked at McDonald's all the way through college. So again, that is a great place to work. Sky's the limit at McDonald's. You can start out part-time, full-time, and work your way up. They have internships. They have all kinds of programs. It's just amazing everything that McDonald's offers. And I would just want to give a shout out. They support the Ronald McDonald House in Indianapolis. That is a wonderful cause and very dear to every Hoosier's heart. So I want to thank them for that. And with no other, like I said, I don't have to say anything about McDonald's. Everybody knows it. And we all sit here and drink it and eat it all day. So, okay, McDonald's, you're up.
We love to hear that, Donna. Absolutely. So my name is Zach Boytovich. I'm the owner operator. My family owns the 3 restaurants in Shelbyville. So got the one on 44 in town on Rampart Road off of State Road 9, and then at the Pilot gas station near the casino. So we operate all 3 of those here in Shelby County. And yeah, we're excited to be here today, kind of share the different opportunities. I know, so like I said, my family's been in it for over 50 years. So I've been around it my whole life, but growing up, I'm 31 now, but when I was in high school, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, my 2 best friends also worked with me at McDonald's. One of them's gone on to be a chemist. The other one's in corporate banking. And they both tell me all the time, and I use them as examples, that they say that the best job that they had to prepare them for the job that they currently have was McDonald's. So whether you want to do a career, I always tell people, no matter what you want to do in life, whether you want to be an astronaut or make a career out of it, I want to help you achieve those dreams. And that's what we're about, because we absolutely can do that. It can be a fantastic first job or a career, whatever it is that you're kind of looking for. We have opportunities across the board. So yeah, I want to kind of share some of those opportunities with you today. And then if you have any other questions, you can feel free to reach out. So if you want to go on to the next slide there. The first job I want to click one more time. First job I want to highlight is our managers. So the managers are the kind of backbone of what we do as a company. So we're a multi-million-dollar company, and we put you in charge of the place. Here's the keys, you're in charge. And so a lot of responsibility is kind of required. And so we've kind of tried to do what we can to make it a better position that's desirable, because yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility, and to be honest, it can be an absolute blast. And so our managers right now, our starting pay is $16 an hour. And so if you're working full time, that equates to over $33,000 a year. And so a lot of times what I've heard from other people, because I always ask kind of people interviewing or longtime people, like, what have you not liked about other jobs? What are we doing well? And what I've heard before is, I've started this place that was maybe higher than this other job, but I've been there 2 years, 3 years, and I've never got a raise. And so guaranteed twice a year, we're doing raises. This past year, we've done 4 rounds of raises. So that's not necessarily a maximum. So we guarantee at least twice a year raises. And so you'll continue to, as you are with us longer, that rate will keep going up and up and up, and that's not going to change. We're going to continue to do that. As well as, so we don't hire people on strictly as managers, but we have manager positions available, and that advancement is based off merit, not seniority. So anyone who has a desire for it, it's a good team player, has kind of initiative, I can guarantee there's an opportunity to advance, and we can do that within 2 to 6 months. So McDonald's has world-renowned training program, and our organization specifically has been certified McDonald's to do our own training. So we have it all in-house. So we can teach you all the necessary skills. We have a certified trainer, 2 of them that work for us. And so you don't have to worry about, are you going to get the right training and tools to do the job? Because it's no fun when you get tossed into a position that you don't know what to do and asked just to perform. So we don't want that to be the case ever. We'll train you well with that. And then the rest of these benefits are for all of our employees as well. So starting off with paid vacation after 1 year. So you see flexible schedules right below that. We offer unpaid time off before your first year, but after you've been with us for a year, you'll get guaranteed paid vacation time. So we know it's nice to get away with your family. I always tell high school freshmen, sophomore, juniors, stick with us for a year and I'll pay you to go on spring break. How many other of your classmates get paid to go on spring break? Not many of them, but we're willing to do that because we see the value in that paid time off. So we offer paid vacation after a year. We also offer flexible schedules. So if you want to work part-time while your kids are in school and want to work 8:30 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's what works for you. I know school's out right now, but we're less than 2 months away from it going back in. So if that's you, we're willing to work with that. If you can't work Tuesdays because you've got something, we absolutely can work with that too. And so, we have positions kind of across the board, but we're always willing to be flexible. And if you need time off, you can absolutely request it. And we want to be able to work with you to kind of have the, schedule that fits in with your needs, because everyone's different. We all have different things going on. Another cool program we have is called Archways Opportunity. What that is McDonald's has said we value learning and education. And so they offer up to $3,000 a year in tuition assistance. So we have a lot of our employees who are going to Ivy Tech locally, or maybe IUPUI or UIndy, and working for us 20, 30 hours on the side, and they're getting $3,000 a year, which covers a year tuition of Ivy Tech. So they have a part-time job at McDonald's and going to Ivy Tech for free. We also have a partnership with Ivy Tech where some of our management classes are accredited, and you'll get some credits towards your degree. And so if you're interested in that, you can absolutely ask, because it's an awesome opportunity, and it doesn't just isn't just for college education. We'll also offer a free high school diploma, not a GED, but if you through McDonald's, you can take online courses to get a free high school diploma. So if you haven't done that and you want to, we'll absolutely pay for that as well. I know someone that they are currently they live close to another kind of state university, and they already have their degree, but McDonald's pays them $3,000 a year. So they're taking Spanish classes for free just so they want to learn that as well. McDonald's also offers what's called English Under the Arches, where it's if English isn't your first language, there is sponsored classes to help you learn English to kind of build your skills there. So McDonald's absolutely values learning. And like I said, whether you want to be an astronaut or have a career with us, we want to help you get there. And so that's one of the cool things we talked about. And I know Donna mentioned on the road, McDonald's, seeing those golden arches and how great it is to be able to eat there. Well, the awesome thing is when you work for us, so now if you're going internationally, this doesn't apply, but your family road trip to Florida, you go visit your cousin in North Carolina, you stop at McDonald's along the way, you can get a 30% discount. So it's all through the McDonald's app. Once you're a registered employee, you just have a QR code you can basically scan at the restaurant, and you're going to get 30% discount at any McDonald's across the country. So You also get obviously free meals when you work for us, when you're working. So you'll get a crew meal, free uniforms, free non-slip shoes, anything you need, we're going to provide. So there's no outlay for you. I know that sometimes that can be a barrier to entry for some people at different places. We're going to take care of all that for you, as well as for our managers. I know health insurance can be an issue. And so we have kind of basically the next rung up above our kind of shift managers. All those positions come with health insurance provided that we pay for. So if you're interested in that, there absolutely is an opportunity for that. And so that's kind of our manager position. If you want to go on to the next slides. And so back up one. So maybe you think, I don't know if a management position is right for me. Maybe down the line, maybe not. I don't know. We're always hiring just crew members to join our team. And so we wanted to make sure that we offered competitive wages in the community. And so you see right there listed, overnight is only at our pilot restaurant there, kind of near Fairland, but we're up to $14.50 an hour for that. If you can either come in early or stay late to help us open and close one of the other restaurants, that's $12.50 an hour. And so maybe you only can work part-time. And so maybe it's, I'm going to open 2 or 3 days a week. You don't need to be full-time to make these rates. Just if you have this kind of availability for the days you are working, this is what you get paid, $12.50. All other adults, $11.50. And like I said, we want to be the best employer of minors in our community. And so we're up to $10.50 there. And like I said, all of these positions also have the twice a year raises. So that's where we start, but we don't want to keep you there. We want to make sure you're growing with us and continue to go up. And so, yeah, like we talked about earlier, McDonald's has got world famous food, and you get to be a part of that. It's an absolute blast to work. And one thing that I pride myself on and our teams do is we want to truly be a Mc family. And so some of my best friends are people I work with and I've known for years and years and years. And so we want only the right people to join that. And so if people aren't a good fit, then yeah, we don't want them to be messing up with what we have, because we're proud of the kind of the culture we've created. And specifically in our organization, we've had numbers that are higher staffing and lower turnover than other McDonald's in the area, because we truly want to be people that take care of our people, because yeah, without you, we couldn't do what we do. And so that's kind of our crew position. I've got one more thing I'd like to highlight on the next. And then one more, so let's get the wage. And so we have what we call a maintenance person. So this isn't, we call it a maintenance person, but I feel like that's maybe not the same as what you think of as, this isn't someone that has to be repairing equipment, have electrical skills, knowledge, those kind of things. Basically, the reason that we offer this position at a higher starting rate is because you have to be self-motivated. Things like keeping the restaurant clean, doing some kind of filtering, different stuff that honestly the manager's not over your shoulder watching. That we have a manager watching the floor, and our crew people, they kind of know what they're doing on, but the maintenance person kind of has to run on their own schedule. And so it's not too much heavy lifting is required on this position. There is some, and like I said, you don't have to have technical skills of like, oh man, I don't have any electrician skills. I don't have any I've never fixed anything like that. That's not me. It doesn't necessarily disqualify you from this role. The main thing that you need to know is that you have to be as kind of self-motivated, because our best maintenance people are that. And so same with everything else. We have kind of a team of fantastic maintenance people across the organization who will help train you, teach you. So it's not keep all this clean, organized, maintain, figured out on your own. We're not going to do that with any of the positions, and including this one too. And so that's some of the responsibilities listed there, but that's obviously not all of them. Like I said, there could be all kinds of different things, from helping bring in boxes from the shed, or getting ice for drive-through, whatever it may be. The maintenance person is basically our backbone that helps the rest of our team do their job as well. And so that's the 3 positions that we kind of have. If you want to go to the next slide, there's a couple different ways that you can go about applying. So you see my contact info there. You absolutely can reach out to me, text, call, email me. there. I know it's kind of a long email address, as well as online. So careers.mcdonalds.com. You can apply there. You should be able to put in 46176 for Shelbyville, or type in Shelbyville, Indiana, and it'll pop up. From there, it'll put you in direct contact with us. And as always, you can always come in person, get a paper application, fill that out. That will never go away. So we want to make sure that you have options to apply, because we believe that we can be the best employer for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to, like I said, reach out to my contact there, and I'll be happy to answer them, because excited to be here and be a part of the community in Shelbyville.
Great. Thank you, Zach. That was great. I did not know this, but I did look at the website before we talked. Do you know that there are 14,000 McDonald's in the US alone, and 90% of them are owned by small business owners? I did not know that. So again, you are working with a hometown company. McDonald's is a big name. But I think Zach would be great to interview with. He seems very easy to talk to. And it would be great if you wanted to start your job, you wanted to start, in your youth, to get your first job. McDonald's is a great place. I know my mother always told me, your first job will be in fast food. And it was, and I learned a lot about customer service. And it just gives you a lot of work ethic. And it's funny, because even today I sit and I think back on my days at fast food, and I think that was so much fun to be that busy and serving people and making people happy, and just busy and working with the team. It really is a fun job, and one that I'm sure you would like if you're looking for a job.
It never gets old when you give off that Happy Meal to a kid and you see them get excited and jump in and up and down. So I've been doing it for a long time, and the joy that brings you to bring joy to that kid absolutely never goes away.
I believe that. And I like the fact that you can work your way up into that position where you get free insurance. Oh my gosh, what a great deal. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention High C is back, and our office is very happy about that. And my daughter is very happy about the BTS meal deal. She's a BTS fan. So, you got it going on there, Zach. That's all I can say. So now I need to move along so we can talk to our next employer, Penske. Penske has state-of-the-art transportation and distribution. They are a logistics company, and they're located right here in Shelbyville. They're a third-party logistics provider, and they serve the nation's largest grocery store chain, and it is Kroger, as we could all probably figure out. But here in Shelbyville, they specialize in the cold food and the storing and the moving around. And it's one of those things when you go to Kroger, you think, oh, they're out of this, they're out of that. But you don't think about everything that goes into manufacturing and then getting the food somewhere and storing it and having it nearby on a shelf so we don't run out. During the pandemic, we saw that with toilet paper, but you have to have things, I don't want to say stockpile, but in the warehouse so you can meet your customer needs. And that's the great thing about Penske. They have figured it out. And, that is very hard. My daughter just took supply chain and logistics, and it blew my mind. I didn't know all of this went on. So hats off to Penske. You probably know more here in Indiana about racing and their trucks, but they do great logistics, and we're just happy to have them here. They track the inventory, they move the merchandise, and I know in the US they have over tens of millions of square feet in warehouse space. That is amazing. I think it's also great that they work with the brand to get it in the warehouse, to store it. It's just amazing that all of this parts move around, and Penske can do that quietly, easily in the background. Safety is their number one concern. I'm sure we're going to hear about that. They train you on equipment and just everything you need to know about your job. And they keep those cold food items cold. And we hate hate it when it melts on you and you know you have to go back and heat it up or eat that ice cream that's been melted. Don't have to worry about it. Penske always delivers it cold. So it's always fresh and on time. And now we want to hear about the Penske jobs.
Thank you for the great introduction. My name's Scott Marino. I'm actually covering for Jen, who was supposed to do the presentation today. So a little bit about me. I've been with Penske for 5 years. And, you know, like you said, it's a great company to work for. I have had 3 promotions in that short 5 years. And Penske really recognizes that and takes care of their employees. And if you can go to the next slide, please. So emphasis on we are hiring with Kroger, obviously being a one of the biggest grocery stores in the country, essential business. We got to provide food to everyone across the country, and Penske is a big part of that. If you're on the next slide, so let me go over a few positions that we have and kind of describing to you a little bit what Penske has to offer. So we have one of our positions open as a receiving clerk and a checker. This is a day shift position, 6 or 7 a.m. start time, 8 to 10 hour shift, and $15.50 start per hour plus production incentives. We have that at a lot of our positions at our Kroger locations here. So there's a Shelbyville, Indiana location. I'm actually the head recruiter for our Chesterfield, Michigan location, and we have a Romulus location as well too. And as you can see there, receiving clerk, yeah, goes a little bit over the job description. For all of our positions, we have excellent benefits. Medical, dental, vision, life insurance, paid time off, 401k, company match, which is very important to take care of the employees there. And if you can move to the next slide, please. And then we have a quality auditor as well. This one would be a second shift position, 1:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. For our Shelbyville location, we are open 24 hours there. So that's the reason for a lot of the varied shifts to support Kroger efficiently. And for that, kind of the same thing there. There's $1 extra for the second shift additional pay, along with the $15.50 per hour. And we can go to the next slide, please. This one here, we have a $2,000 sign-on bonus for our forklift maintenance tech. We've actually implemented that at a lot of our locations here for several positions. The minimum pay starts off at 16 per hour based on experience, and this is a non-union position for the forklift maintenance job. And we do have the 2 shifts available. A second shift, as you can see there up at the top, Sunday and Monday off, 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and third shift, 9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Same days off as well. We operate 7 days of the week at all 3 of our locations to support the customer needs as well. And if you can go to the next one here. We have the inventory clerk. Yep, we do have, my screen's a little small there. My apologies for that. So $1 extra shift differential for the inventory clerk there. Second shift for this position, 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. As you can see, all these positions on the bottom here have other great benefits that Penske has to offer. And if you can go to the next slide, please, we have our order selector position here. This offers a $1,500 sign-on bonus for the order selector position. And also as well, kind of new program, we have a referral bonus. I tried to message our Shelbyville team, but the referral bonus for Chesterfield here is $750 for the first referral, $1,000 for the second, or $1,500 for the third referral, or anybody past that. So it works out really well for a lot of order selectors with the referral program, which you can do anytime in the process during the interview process after you get hired and clear background. Second and third shift available for the selector position. You see the shifts up there, 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. for the second shift. And then the third shift, we have 9:30 p.m. start time or 11:30 p.m. start time. And we recently did a wage analysis for our Shelbyville location. First year for order selectors can average about $56,000 per year. So they can obviously go over that more in detail. We have the activity-based pay provided in the Kroger stores. I like to call it activity-based pay or incentive-based pay. The more orders you pick, the more money you can make, and it works out really well there. And then we also offer part-time opportunities as well for the order selector position to accommodate everybody's busy schedule. If you know anybody who's looking for a second job or you're looking for a part-time second job yourself. That is updated in the job posting, but we have very detailed job postings on all the positions. So it's pretty upfront on, what's anticipated. And for the selector position, we're actively hiring. We do casual meet and greet and tours of our building, available several times. Moving forward, Lynn Cannon is a hiring specialist on site there, so I can share her information within the next couple slides. But yeah, we have a lot of times for meet and greets to accommodate everybody's busy schedule during the process. And you got the next slide up there. So you can either email Lynn Cannon, easy name to remember, at Penske.com. She's, like I said, she's a hiring specialist in Shelbyville there. You could also go to our website, gopenske.com/careers to check out, those and other opportunities we have available in the Shelbyville area. And if you wanted to go over some more details as well too, like I said, my name's Scott Marino. Marino, just like Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins, easy to remember too. So yeah, we have a lot of great opportunities there. I tell a lot of people I've been with Penske for 5 years and 3 promotions. They really take care of their people, and a lot of great opportunity. And even with the order selector position, like I mentioned before, full time for the order selectors, they average about actually it's just under 57,000 per year. And a lot of our positions, especially the order selectors, there's some weekends required, but you get additional pay for the weekend days as well too. And that's all I had for our Shelbyville location there. And thank you for letting us present today for the fair.
Keep forgetting to unmute myself. Thank you, Scott. Penske is known for their customer service in the supply chain. And you're also known as always upgrading your technology and the process that you do things. And that makes you a leader in the supply chain. So hats off to you. If you're out there looking for a job and you want to work for one of the best, I would suggest Penske. You could live right here in Shelbyville and make a good wage there, especially that selector warehouse job. You could definitely make a wage there for your family, live in a smaller community, and enjoy all the benefits that Shelbyville has to offer. And you can tell they take care of their employees, and that is very important. The great thing about this whole thing is Shelbyville and Shelby County is a great place to work and live and play. We've got great schools. We can get you situated with a realtor if you would like to live in Shelby County. And, it's just great. If you want to commute, you know what? We're easy to get to from Indianapolis and Cincinnati. So again, you can have more of that rural feel in your home life, but still have the big cities nearby if you want to go there or need to go there. We've had 4 very different employers out there. I'm sure that there's a job out here that we've talked about today that's just right for you. If not, always look at shelbychamber.net. We are the go-to website in Shelby County for jobs. We list them for our chamber members, and those are all great jobs. We keep it updated. And again, that's where everybody posts their jobs in Shelby County. So keep watching that. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I want to thank today's sponsors and presenters. Our sponsor was Ryobi, a great company here in Shelby County. Thank you, Ryobi, for sponsoring this. And Work One Central Indiana. And we have Robin on the call here today. And I'd like to turn it over to Robin now to say a few words about Work One.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you to all the presenters. Very good information. We'll pass that on to our career advisors and our job seekers. If you are a job seeker on the call today, please feel free to work with the career advisor, come into the Shelbyville Work One office and work with a career advisor with your resume, looking for job leads, which we have plenty today. So feel free to give us a call. And again, thank you to all the HR hiring managers. Really appreciate all the inside information. Lots of great information.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you. And it is right. She is working there at Work One Indiana, and she can now know more about your business and send those employees the right ones today. to all of the participants. We've had Indiana Grand Casino and Racing. We've had Freudenberg NOK in lovely Morristown, Indiana. I do love Morristown, sorry. We've got McDonald's here in Shelbyville. Yeah, Zach, I tell you, Zach would be easy to talk to and interview with. And Scott with Penske, if you want to work for a world-class name and do the great supply chain and move up there, I'm sure Scott would love to talk to you, or Lynn would love to talk to you and get you a great job there. You know, there's a lot of culinary jobs out there. We've got new grads in culinary school at Ivy Tech and at all the vocational schools right now. I invite all of you to come out to Shelby County and apply for a job, because we need bodies in some of these places. So thank you for watching. Again, we're going to do this once a month. Go to our website to find out about the next one. If you missed some of this and want to go back and play it, give it to a friend. This will be posted on Facebook, our social media, and on our website. So until next time, everyone, come out and apply for a job in Shelby County, because we'd love to have you work here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.